Here. So I'll have the pleasure of taking you through some of our core aspects of our business model. Yeah, I think in a single line, if we have to introduce 5-star, we would like to call ourselves as lender to the Bharat. There are millions of shopkeepers, there are millions of self-employed individuals in the country. While their businesses are good, but we find very few small formal financial institutions to offer support to them in the form of loans, and that's where a niche player like 5-star comes in. We are a specialist lender to self-employed individuals and people who are doing small businesses. So at the core of our customer segment, we can divide them into largely three types of profiles of people whom we target at the core. The first is people who do small businesses. About 60% of our customers are people who own some kind of a single shop owner. We largely focus on services. We are not as much into manufacturing. The fundamental belief that we have is that service businesses are far more resilient to shocks rather than manufacturing businesses. So more than 95% of the customers that we target render some kind of a service. So when I say service, these are small shops which are largely focusing on essential services. It could be a kirana, it could be a flower vendor, a fruit vendor, somebody who is owning a hardware shop, a pharmacy, a saloon. These are all classic types of customers of 5-star. I think the fundamental underlying theme across all this, as you will know, is that these are very essential services which a common man cannot live without, and this is what sort of stood in good stead with us. So about 60% of our customers belong to this segment. 25% of our customers are self-employed individuals. So this is the category B, self-employed individuals. It could be of plumbers, masons, painters, carpenters, who are all skilled workers and who are self-employed. And the balance 15% of our customer base are people who are largely salaried but who are cash salaried. So you will see a large number of people in India who are working in factories, who are working in shops, who get their salary but who will not have a documentary proof to show their salary. These are all people who are largely at the cash salary segment. So at the core, this is the segment that we target. Now across all these three types of profiles of people, you will see that they have cash flows, but they don't have a documentary evidence to prove their cash flows. And that's where a specialist lender like 5-star comes in. The advantage we have is that we have been doing and focusing on this segment for well over 20 years now. So we have a very good understanding about what works on the ground. Fundamentally, we target 30 to 40 types of profiles on the ground, and we understand this customer segment deeply, and this is where we focus. So from a product offering perspective, we offer them a term loan product. Our average ticket size is somewhere between 3 to 5 lakhs. We have a maximum tenure of up to about 7 years. It's an EMI product that we offer to that customer, and that's what makes it attractive for the customers to take a loan from us. Majority of our customers, we don't take it from other NBFCs or banks. We disrupt the money lender segment. So most of this, small business people or people who are self-employed, they don't get organized forms of financing, so they end up in the money lender's trap. So when we go to market after market, you will see majority of our branches being from tier 3 to tier 6 or tier 7 towns and cities of India. We don't go into deep rural, but we largely focus on semi-urban, towns and panchayats. That is where we are at this point of time. So in most of these geographies, there is no alternative to informal lending. Most of these people end up meeting their business requirements largely through the money lender. So when we enter these markets, we disrupt the money lender market. Our rates of interest are far lower than the money lender market. Of course, we are governed by RBI, so that gives a great element of trust by the borrowers to come into an organized fold. And 3, we offer them a very easy product which can be repaid in the form of an EMI. So the burden of repaying an EMI is far lesser as compared to a high rate of interest which is charged by money lender. So our loan tenure is maximum up to 7 years. On average, it's about 5 years loan tenure. Average ticket size being 3 to 5 lakhs. One thing which is very unique about 5-star is that we don't have any unsecured exposures. 100% of our loans are backed by a house property. So are backed by hard collateral. Majority of these properties, I would say close to 95% of the collateral that we take to secure these loans is a self-occupied residential property. So the borrower and his family stays there. They have very high emotional attachment to that property, and that is what is given to us as a mortgage, which sort of explains to us that the very good repayment behavior that we have seen across the borrowers in good times and in bad times. I think unsecured lending we have seen when the times are good, the repayment is good, but when the times turn bad, the repayment necessarily need not be good. But we have seen across cycles that 5-star has enjoyed an extremely good asset quality, both because of the strong underwriting and because of the collateral that we have.